Hello everyone. Welcome back to another fun English learning video. Today we are going to learn English through a beautiful story. This story is about a young girl named Emma Rivers. She goes to visit her grandmother in a small village. On the way, her bike breaks down. She decides to stay in an old empty house for the night. That night, she sees something she never expected to see. I will tell the story sentence by sentence. Pause the video after each sentence and repeat after me. This will train your brain to think in English. Are you ready? Let's begin the story. My name is Emma Rivers, and this is the story of the day I discovered a strange old house. Everything happens on a Friday morning. I receive a letter from my grandmother. She lives in a small village far away from the city. The letter says, "Emma, please come visit me during your vacation. I miss you so much." I do not go to the village after my childhood. I stay lazy at home most days, but I decide to visit grandmother. I think this journey is a new experience for me. I tell my best friend Sarah about the plan. I say, I want to go to my grandmother's village. Sarah asks, "That sounds nice. How do you go there?" I say, I go on my scooter. Do you want to come with me? Sarah looks surprised. Sarah says, "So far on a scooter?" I say, yes, this journey is a new experience. It is fun. Sarah smiles. Okay, I come with you. We prepare for the journey. We pack our bags and start early in the morning. We ride through the city. After some hours, we leave the city behind. Now there are no buildings. There are only trees on both sides of the road. We do not see any people. The evening comes. Suddenly, our scooter stops. We try to start it again, but it does not work. We feel worried. We are in the middle of nowhere. Then we see an old man walking on the road. We call him. I ask, "Excuse me." Our scooter stops. Can you help us? The old man looks at the scooter. He says, "There is a garage on this road, but it is far from here. You need to walk for some time." We have no other choice. We decide to push the scooter to the garage. We push it for hours. Finally, we see the garage. We feel so happy, but our happiness does not last long. An old man works at the garage. We tell him about our problem. He checks the scooter carefully. He says, "The engine has a broken part. I do not have this part here. I need to go to town tomorrow to get it." The repair takes one day. We feel scared. Where do we stay tonight? The old man says, "There is an old house near here. Nobody lives there. You can stay there if you want, but some people say the house has a ghost. You can stay if you like." Sarah and I laugh a little. I say we do not believe in ghosts. Those stories are false. We are happy to stay there. We go to the old house. It looks dark and empty. We go inside and find a room. We put our bags down and try to sleep. Late at night, we hear something strange. Someone whispers our names very softly. Emma, Sarah, we wake up. We feel very scared. We follow the sound. It comes from a room. The door is half open. We go near the door and open it slowly. We see something that makes us freeze. A woman in a white dress stands near the window. She looks outside at the road. She does not move. Sarah whispers to me, "Do you see what I see?" I say quietly, "Yes, who is that woman?" I speak to the woman. "Who are you?" Suddenly, the woman says, "Where is my James?" A strong wind blows through the house. Everything goes dark. Sarah turns on her phone light, but the woman is gone. Nobody is in the room. The next morning, Sarah and I talk. Sarah asks, "Who is that woman?" "Who is James?" I say, "I do not know, but I have an idea. We search this house. Maybe we find something." We go to the upper floor of the house. I find an old box. Inside the box, there are old photographs. One photo shows a young woman and a young man. They look very happy. They stand in front of this old house and smile. On the back of the photo, two names are written, James and Patricia. I say, "Look, the woman last night says this name. She says James." Suddenly, we hear the whispers again. "Emma, Sarah." We feel our hearts beat fast. We follow the sound again. It comes from the same room. We open the door. The woman stands near the window again. She looks at the road. She says sadly, "Where is my James?" Another strong wind comes. The woman disappears. We decide to ask the garage owner about this. We run to the garage. I ask the old man, "Who are James and Patricia?" He asks, "Do you see something in that house?" Sarah says, "Yes, strange things happen there." We see a woman. The old man sits down. He says, "People in this village sometimes see a woman at the window. She looks at the road and waits." I ask, "Why do you not tell us this before?" He says, "I do not believe those stories." I ask, "Then who are James and Patricia?" He says, "It is an old story. I do not know if it is true." James and Patricia are a married couple. They live in that house many years ago. James needs to go to Australia for work. He tells Patricia he comes back soon. Patricia waits for him for a long time, but James does not return. Patricia waits and waits. Then one day, Patricia disappears. The village people search for her, but nobody finds her. People think she goes somewhere because she is very sad. Sarah and I feel surprised. We also feel sad for this story. The old man says, "Your scooter is ready this evening." We go back to the house to get our bags. When we go inside, we find an old diary on the table. Sarah says, "We do not remember seeing this here before." We read it. Patricia writes in this diary. She writes about her life. She writes how she waits for James every day. One page says, "Day 89. I wait for Thomas today. Also, I stand near the window and look at the road. Maybe he comes today. I believe he comes back to me." Another page says, "Day 200. Why does Thomas not come? Does he forget me? No, I know he loves me. I wait for him." The diary also has an address. It is the address where James works. Sarah asks me, "Do you want to leave now?" I say no. We find the truth of this story. We find what happens to James. We find why he does not come back. We go to the address. We find a man there. We ask him about James. The man says, "Yes, I know James." The ship he travels on disappears in the ocean. They do not find his body or any survivors. He goes inside and brings a letter. He says, "I find this letter near James's bed before he leaves." We read the letter. It says, "My dear Patricia, I love you so much. Tomorrow I go on a big journey for my work. I come back to you very soon. I love you forever. You're James." The man also gives us an old newspaper. The headline says, "Ship disappears with 5 people." James's name is in the list. I say maybe Patricia still waits for James. Maybe if we show her this, her soul finds peace. We decide to stay in the house one more night. We wait until we hear the whispers again. Late at night, we hear our names. Emma, Sarah. We go to the room. The woman stands near the window like before. She asks, "Where is my James?" I step forward. I say, "I am sorry. James does not come back anymore, but he loves you very much. He writes this letter for you before he leaves." I put the letter in the middle of the room. A strong wind comes again. The woman walks slowly toward the letter. She picks it up. She reads it. Tears fall from her eyes. She smiles softly. Then a bright warm light fills the room. The woman slowly fades away with the letter. The whole house becomes bright and warm. We stay in the house that night, but we do not hear any sounds. No whispers, no wind. Everything feels peaceful. I say maybe she waits here because she thinks James comes back one day. Now she knows the truth. Her soul is free. Their love is beautiful. The next morning we leave the house. The house looks different now. It is bright and clean. It does not look dark anymore. The sadness is gone. We finally go to visit my grandmother. On the way, Sarah and I talk about Patricia and James. Sarah says their love is so strong. Patricia waits for so many years. Even after death, she waits. I say yes. True love never dies. It lives forever. We reach my grandmother's house. She hugs me tight. I tell her about our journey. I tell her about the mysterious house and the woman who waits. My grandmother listens carefully. Grandmother says, "That is a sad but beautiful story. You help her soul find peace. That is a good thing." I think about Patricia and James. Their story stays in my heart. This journey teaches me that love is the strongest thing in the world. I understand now love is forever. It does not stop when someone is gone. And even when death comes, love whispers, "I am still with you." Now it is your turn to practice. Go back to the story and listen carefully. Pause the video after each sentence and repeat after me. This is how the shadowing technique works. It helps you speak English naturally and fluently. Practice like this every single day. Even 10 minutes a day can make a big difference. See you soon in the next English lesson.